All right, Shabbat Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give our praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us the truth. And salutations to the sincere Akim and Aquas that may listen. May the blessing of election be over your house. My name is Brother Okwai. I'm back in here with another lesson. And for today's lesson is known as Father Knows Best, and this is normally a one of those like world sayings that people say. I'm not sure how often today, but it was something that came into my mind, and I just wanted to put together a couple precepts and how Rataza we could do some spiritual extraction, and hopefully this would be an edifying lesson. So, without further ado, we're just going to get into the meaning of what this actually normally means in the world, right? And then we'll do our spiritual extraction, right? So, Father Knows Best meaning, a cliche, an assertion that a father instinctually knows the right course of action in any given situation, right? So this is how if we're extracting this spiritually, our Father is the Most High Yahweh through His Son Yahweh Shai, and they're the ones who are giving us this right course of action of how to navigate through these times, right? So just want to grab something else real quick. Let's see. Wait, I think I skipped it. Okay, here it is. There we go. As a matter of fact, let me pull this precept. Let's get the first precept I have listed here. And this is one of my favorite precepts. Like, it just shows you the mercy of the Lord, right? Okay, so this is Isaiah 55 verse 1, and it reads, "Oh, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye, buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price." Verse 2, "Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread?" And that's right. People, and I'm looking at this in a very spiritual situation. Let me just say that as well. The Father being the Most High Yahweh, and through His Son Yahweh Shai, and looking and then us being our us Israelites, right? This is why the Lord knows best, right? Because I have a lot of our people doing these multiple different things, and the Lord gave us these laws, statutes, and commandments to follow into these ways of righteousness, right? So these are the ways that a father knows that those ways lead to life. Those ways lead to avoiding danger. Those ways lead to prosperity, in our spirit, and fulfillment in our spirit, right? But our people are caught up into these other ways, that don't lead to anything prosperous in their spirit, right? After they are done, they're still they're still drinking more and more to try and quench that thirst, so to speak. Right, so that's why it says in the scripture here, wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread? As a matter of fact, let me just pull this in the NLT, and then we'll get back to let's get that to you. 1 second. Just let me get that precept real quick. Okay. Okay, this is Isaiah 55, verse 2 in the NLT, and it reads, "Why spend your money on food that does not give you strength?" That's right. Why pay for food that does you no good? So it says here, listen to me, and you will eat what is good. You will enjoy the finest food, right? So, that's what the Lord is calling on onto us to realize that, okay, what we've done in the ways, the things that we've done in the world, that seemed profitable were actually not profitable for us at all, right? A lot of those things that we did angered the Lord. A lot of those things caused us to be messed up, right? Right? So this is why it was saying that why you gonna spend money on things. And a lot of our people, I'm gonna use school as an example. A lot of our people go into these ways of like, going to school, for example, or going into the rap like the music world and stuff like that. And a lot of these ways, don't profit, their spirit, don't profit them. It only keeps them at bay for a short-term moment, right? Temporary satisfaction, and it's not eternal, right? Okay, let's just jump back to, I had something else I just wanted to pull out real quick on what this actually means. So here in the dictionary for Father Knows Best, it says to receive directly or have direction, cognition of, to recognize as being the same as something previously known, to have a practical knowledge and understanding of. That's where we get our wisdom understanding from. It comes from the scriptures, right? Okay, here it says know, understand, for know, to examine, try, make known, declare, know, discover, ascertained, and realize, right? So a lot of the ways that we may not know, but the Most High knows. These things have already been done before, right? So we know what happens when these things are done, and if we do this, then it leads to this, right? Because it has been done before, right? That goes into like particular lifestyles that our people are into in the world, at this moment, like the alphabet lifestyle, right? But our people are very stiff neck, so they're destroyed for lack of knowledge, like it says in Hosea 4 and verse 6, right? And that knowledge comes from above. It comes from the Lord, right? So as a matter of fact, let me just jump down, and there's another point I wanted to hit as well. So verse 6, it says, seek ye the Lord Yahweh while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is near, right? Verse 7, let the wicked forsake his way, and an unrighteous man his thoughts, right? So things that break the law, things like sleeping with another man's woman, stuff like that, that cause adultery and all these things, forsake those thoughts, right? And let him return to the Lord Yahweh, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon, right? So the Lord just shows the Lord has that mercy for us to offer, right? Through his son Yahweh Shai. The point is in verse 8. So for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. Oh, sorry, verse 9 is the point. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, my ways are higher than our ways. That's right. And this is the point, right? This goes back to the title of the lesson, where Father Knows Best, because, these are the things that the Lord wants us to do, because his ways are higher than our ways. Our depth of knowledge and understanding is not above the Lord, right? So this is why we need that direction. We need that guidance, you know. We need those, like when you're driving, you see one aisle, not aisle, sorry. You see one lane, you see the dashes on the road, and you stay within those parameters, right? Because, if you go outside those parameters, then you start angering the Lord, right? And these are the ways that He wants us to walk in, right? So that's just going back to the title of the lesson. So let's just get another quick script, two more, and then just close it out. Let's see. Okay, so this is Proverbs 22, verse 6, and it reads, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." Right? So, um, this precept can be twofold, because it says that train up a child. So for us brothers, who have children, you train up a child in those ways, you cultivate them in those ways, right? Those ways of the scriptures, right? Who are in the faith, right? And then those ways, that helps the child to make sound decisions when they're out in the world, right? But this precept can also be applied to us as well. Because when we come into the truth, we're like children, and we're feasting on what? We're feasting on the milk. Then eventually the child grows, us with Venus, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. As we grow, we go on to, eat more solid foods, eat that steak, eat that lamb, right? Those things that take time to digest, those concepts, those take time to digest, right? Right, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring this out, so you learn more about our history and heritage, and different breakdowns, right? So that helps us to keep stable throughout these times, right? Right, because the wisdom of the scriptures is absolutely endless, right? It's as a matter of fact, let's get another precept real quick. Let's see. This is John 7, verse 38, and it reads, "He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living waters," right? But our people, because, they don't want to follow what, Father, the Most High Yahweh through His Son Yahweh Shai said, they want to, they're drinking from waters that, they still need to quench their thirst, right? They're drinking from broken cisterns, like it says in Jeremiah 2, right? That not giving them that quenching their spirit, right? And a lot of these things I'm referring to, you can refer to like other doctrines, feminism, what's another example? Other religions, Christianity. That's another. Oh goodness, that's another one too. Christianity doesn't offer our people any answers. How to be more, brotherly. Like that's another thing for me that blows my mind. That our people, they don't teach our people these things, right? They don't teach these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? And they still put on this Christian veneer. They're going to church every Sunday, and then they're pastors are sleeping with married women, and this all this kinds of nonsense, man. Right? I don't want to ramble on too much, but hopefully that makes the point. If I may share one example as well, I had a barber of mine. He went into a church. The owner of the shop went into a church, goes to church, sorry, and then the owner invited him to come to church, and he had an irksome experience, because there was a woman that was showing interest in him, but the woman was actually sleeping with the pastor, and he didn't like that, and he backed off, right? So it's just very interesting that people go to these institutions, and they do these sorts of behaviors, right? They're actually not trying to uphold the law or anything like that. And these were our people, that are doing these things, right? So this is why Christianity is a broken system. But not to go too off topic, this is Tobit 4 verse 5, and it reads, "My son, be mindful of the Lord our power all thy days, and let not thy will be set to sin, or to transgress his commandments, or his ways. Do uprightly and all thy life long, and follow not the ways of unrighteousness." Right? So not to follow these wicked ways of unrighteousness, serving other gods, and upholding, idolizing, idolizing other people, idolizing, statues or whatever it is, like all these different stuff that's unprofitable, right? But that's about it. Hopefully this video was an edifying lesson, and I just like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us the truth. Until next time, I say Shabbat Shalom.